Now, duct cleaning to keep your air healthy. Find out how they can help you by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Netflix buffering, YouTube spinning, devices not connecting, Zoom calls dropping. It's frustrating. Let's end your frustration by signing up for fiber internet in Clinton. Click the Connexus icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
In Central Illinois, WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. Brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest on the Zoom today, Terri Miller-Casey, Extension Director at the University of Illinois Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties. Good morning, Terri. Good to see you as always.
That's good to see you too.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the program and talking with us. And, Terri, we were catching up before we got started. All the 4-H things are going on right now. And gosh darn it, before we know it, it's going to be fair season. How can that be?
I know. Well, it just seems like every year it gets faster and faster. I don't know about you, but yeah, our first fair will be Sangamon counties. That's June 29th and 30th. So
Wow.
we're coming right up on the deadline when kids are going to be signing up for their projects, and hopefully they've been working on them all year. So the 4-H year is moving fast.
No, kids wouldn't put off their projects till the last minute. Surely they're done and they're ready for the fair. They're fine tuning it.
Yeah, I've never judged a project where the glue was still drying. So that's never happened.
But no, it's going to be here before we know it. And so with that in mind, Terri, what's going on in the world of 4-H there in your 3 counties?
Well, we actually have a really exciting event tonight. We have 4-H International Night, which is taking place from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Williamsville Village Hall. It is open to anyone. It's open to the public. And this is where 4-Hers in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon will talk about different countries that they've explored. Sometimes they do it as a group. Sometimes a whole club will present on a country. Sometimes it's individual 4-Hers. So they put together a display about their country of choice, and then they give an informal presentation about what they've learned, often dealing with the different cultures, food, music, all the different aspects of a different country. And so it's always really fun. You get to feel like you've been on a mini vacation and it didn't cost you a dime.
Very good. So, tell me a little bit about what goes into that for the kids. What do they have to do? I'm sure there's a lot of learning. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, well, first, clubs will usually get together and they'll talk about, hey, international night's coming. Kids, what do we want to do? Mm-hmm. And so some clubs will get together, like I said, and they'll, as a club, choose a country and they'll all work on it together. And maybe each 4-H member takes a different piece. Maybe one does food and one talks about the culture and one talks about the language or the music of that particular country, and then they'll come and present. Others, each individual 4-Her takes on a country and learns about it and presents. And so they'll kind of start those discussions early and then start putting their projects together. Learning absolutely is involved. They'll be doing research on their country. A lot of times students and 4-Hers will seek out somebody who maybe has lived in that country or has experience with that country to talk to them about their experiences that they've had and get firsthand information or accounts. Sometimes it's about a country they visited themselves. And so they can provide pictures and information about when they visited. Sometimes it's about a place that they just really hope to visit someday. So yeah, it's a great opportunity for not only the 4-Hers to learn about countries, but again, what we'd love to do in 4-H is to learn by doing, by showing, by letting other people know what you've learned and sharing that experience. It just helps the 4-Her, one, learn about other countries from fellow 4-Hers, and two, learn how to speak in public and gain that confidence.
Very good. So yeah, really quite a learning experience for the kids. And it sounds like a really fun event for them. In terms of the evening itself there, Terri, what does it look like? I mean, is it mostly kind of parents and family members that come out? What's this night like?
Well, yeah, the 4-Hers will come in and they'll have their displays. And so they'll check those in, and then we set those up around the room so that people can go and look around them and enjoy them. And then after a little while, we'll get started with the presentations, and each kid or group gets up and stands by their presentation board and talks about what they've learned. And then The family and friends and community members that are there can ask questions and learn more about it. And so we just kind of go around the room until all the presentations are done. And then a lot of times there's students will bring food from these different places and culture, because we all love food, don't we? It's the thing that brings us together.
Absolutely. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
that's how the night goes.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. So just sounds like a good time, a fun night, and all those things. Anything else on that, Terri? We didn't touch on. You want to put out there for us?
Just a lot of the student 4-Hers will bring those projects with them to the regular 4-H fair. And then they can also enroll those into international intercultural project areas. So the kids can get a couple of different bangs for their buck on the project, not only at International Night, but they can also present it at the regular 4-H show, and also hopefully, be promoted to state fair, where they could show it at state fair as well.
I guess I didn't think about that. Could this parlay itself into just a project for a student in the like you talked about the 4-H fair?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have an intercultural category where students do just this. They research a country, they present on it. And so this is an opportunity for those 4-Hers to practice up their skills and then enroll it in the 4-H show and do it for the judge. And like I said, hopefully get promoted to the state fair, where they can present against kids from all over the state.
Very good, Terri. Well, I'll tell you what, let's move along. Anything else going on in the world of 4-H there in your 3 counties?
Yeah, Saturday is an exciting day. It's the 4-H National Day of Service. So 4-Hers from across America, not just in Illinois, will be participating in different service opportunities. And this is really important in 4-H because one of our 4-H's is about having our hands to greater service, to helping our community. And so this is a day that we do it all year long. 4-Hers are always participating in their communities and helping out. But this is just a special day to kind of call out all that the 4-Hers do. So some 4-H clubs maybe will collect food for the local food pantry. Others might be cleaning up parks. Others might be helping clean up at cemeteries. Just all kinds of different projects that they're taking on as a group, sometimes as an individual. And so if you see those 4-Hers out on Saturday, they're probably doing their service and hopefully helping make their communities a little better.
Yeah. So let's speak to those 3 pillars of the 4-H there, Terri, and just kind of remind folks what those are. You talked about the hands. It's what? Yes. Hands, heart. Is it head and health? I'm trying to remember.
Yes, you did it.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Well, one of them is always tricky because 3 of them are part of the body and health isn't. So that's the one that usually throws people off. But yeah, we have the heart, we have the hands, we have the head, and we have health. So obviously the day of service actually can combine all of those, because we want to have our heart to caring about people, to caring about our community, to being a part of the greater world. Our hands is actually doing something in service to others. And then our head is we want to think about what we're doing. We want to be leaders. We want to think about the impact that we can have in the community. And of course, our health, we want to promote good health, and we want to stay healthy ourselves so that our communities are better and that we can serve our communities and that folks in our communities are in better health.
Very good. So now when it comes to this day of service you're speaking of there, Terri, is it a mandatory thing for 4-Hers? Like how does that work? How do they garner participation for that?
Well, we would certainly hope it wouldn't be felt to be mandatory. We
Sure.
hope it would come from the heart again.
Of course.
But usually the clubs, during their club meetings, they'll talk about, hey, 4-H Day of Service is coming up. Club, what would we like to do as a club? What are some things that we feel we could do to help our community? And, like I think about my daughter's club, where they will say, hey, we could help clean up the roadways and pick up litter, or hey, the park should sure use some help. We could help get it ready for the spring, or the food pantry's needing food. And so we like to let the youth lead the process. What do you think that you could do in your community? Where is your community in need of help? And so in our 4-H clubs, they bring that forward, and then the 4-Hers themselves will help choose what they like to do. Oftentimes, they're the ones who reach out to different organizations and coordinate those activities, because we want that learn through doing aspect again. We want the kids to be in charge as much as possible, so that it truly is coming from them and they are learning how they can play a really important part in their community.
Very good. So that's coming up again when, Terri, that day of service?
That is this Saturday, April 26th.
All right. So that you probably see some 4-Hers out and about in your community, I'm sure, doing some various projects and things. Very good. Well, Terri, in our final moments together on this first segment of the show today, again, anything else going on with your 4-H kids right now?
Well, I would just let people know that it's never too late to join 4-H. Sometimes we think, oh, it's later in the year. It's never too late to join 4-H. You may not be able to, you wouldn't have met the deadline to sign up for projects for the 4-H show, but that doesn't mean you still can't participate in the 4-H meetings. That doesn't mean you can't still come out to the shows and see what they're about and support your fellow 4-Her. And enjoy those different opportunities in 4-H. So it's never too late in the year to join 4-H. So anyone who's thinking about it, we highly encourage you to reach out. You can visit our website. It's extension.illinois.edu/LMS and learn more about 4-H on our 4-H tab. Or you can, of course, call our office. Our Logan County office is 217-532-8289 and learn more about 4-H.
All right, very good. So never too late to join 4-H. Now, if you join 4-H right now, Terri, I mean, the 4-H fair is not not far away, like we talked about earlier. If you join now, does that 4-Her feel obligated to participate, or is this like a good time to join? Maybe learn about what 4-H looks like, how it works, how those meetings work, all those things. Like, if you join now, what's the vibe like, I guess?
So in the 4-H year, there's the joining, and then there's projects. You sign up for the different projects you want to learn about. And then there's signing up for the fair, what projects you want to show. The opportunity to sign up for those projects and be able to show in the fair, that deadline's passed. However, that doesn't mean you can't still sign up to do a project. You just wouldn't show it at the fair, but you can still do it. And you can still come to the fairs and see the other projects the kids are doing, get a feel for how the fair works, learn about the process. And we have programs and workshops in 4-H happening all the time. There are lots of different programs that are happening that aren't tied to the fair, that they're just a different opportunity to learn. So even if you can't participate in the fair this year, that doesn't mean there's not a ton of 4-H stuff that you can still do.
Yeah, for sure. Very good. How does one learn about 4-H there, Terri?
Again, just go to our website, extension.illinois.edu/LMS, or call any extension office. Call your local extension office in your county, and they'll be happy to talk to you about 4-H and the different opportunities and the different clubs that are available.
Very good. Terri, let's break here. Come back with some more. Terri Miller-Casey, Extension Director, University of Illinois Extension in Logan, Menard, Sangamon counties, our guest on the Zoom today. More to come with Terri on the morning show.
WHOW.
Let's check the opening numbers now at the Chicago Board of Trade on this Tuesday. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network. Corn starting today lower, beans higher, and Chicago wheat lower. May corn opening 478.5, down 3 1/4. July corn down 3 1/2, 486.5. New crop December 458 3/4, down 5 3/4. May beans starting today 1033 1/2, up 4. July beans up 3 1/2, 1045, and new crop November 1027 3/4, up 2 pennies. May Chicago wheat 532, down 6 1/2. July wheat down 6 1/4, 546, and September wheat 561, down 6 1/2. May bean meal 293.40, that's up 50 cents. May bean oil 48.16, up 34 cents. Looking at the opening numbers at the Chicago Board of Trade on this Tuesday morning, Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network.
Spring is in the air, so it's time to choose your new Silverado. This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton. We have a good selection of new Silverados with springtime savings and special finance rates. Choose from regular cabs, double cabs, or crew cabs in gas or diesel. We're also allowing extra money for your trade on all new Silverados this month. Silverado, together let's drive. See all our inventory at BaumChevyBuick.com right from the start.
If you've got allergies this season, we have relief. CEO Paul Skowron here from Warner Hospital and Health Services in Clinton. Come to our walk-in clinic inside our family medicine. No appointment, no problem. See our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police blotter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks again for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Again, Terri Miller-Casey, Extension Director for the University of Illinois Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties, our guest on the Zoom today. And Terri, let's talk a little bit about invasive species programs in your area and Illinois as well. How about these? What's going on here?
Yeah, we have two different programs on invasive species and plants. One is on April 29th from 1:30 to 2:30. It is a webinar and it's free. And it's about the impact of invasive plants on your garden or in your yard. This one is like a 1-hour action-packed thumbnail sketch of what we need to know about invasive plants. So it's going to be more geared toward the home gardener. What makes a plant invasive as opposed to just aggressive? What are some of the common invasive species that we have here in Illinois, and what you can do about them in your home garden and landscape space? So again, that's April 29th. If it's from 1:30 to 2:30, it's online. Registration's free. You can always go to our website, go to our events tab, and you'll find it there and you can register.
Now, who leads that one, Terri?
Yeah, that one's going to be Jamie Vback. She's one of our horticulture educators in Illinois, and she kind of specializes in invasive species. So she's going to be leading that program.
Gotcha. Well, I feel like I need that one because it just feels like my backyard is littered with some of these things you're talking about at times.
Oh, yeah.
So now 1:30 to 2:30 on a Tuesday, Terri, I'm not going to lie, is a little tough for me. If I can't do that, can I go back and watch it? How about that?
Yeah, what I would recommend, I always recommend folks go ahead and register for the event because they'll send you out some information, a lot of times packets of information, and then they'll follow up with the recording. After they record it, they get it all closed captioned so everybody can participate, and then they have those videos available for folks. So yeah, I know a lot of people, I know me too, I'm work during that time, but that doesn't mean you can't still get that information and participate. You just wouldn't have the opportunity for like maybe a live question and answer. But I'll let you know on a little secret with Extension. We are always here to answer your questions. So after the program's over, if you say, I don't understand something, or I'm not clear, or I would like to make sure this is invasive, you can always reach out to our office. You can talk to Jennifer Fishburne. She is our horticulture educator. We have amazing master gardeners in our unit who do nothing but help folks figure out what's going on with their gardens and diagnose issues and give good advice. So we always say it doesn't end with the webinar. It's kind of just the beginning.
Very good. Now, with that, Terri, you mentioned your folks, they don't just present and then they go away forever. You know, you're a resource available to folks, you know, I don't want to say 24/7, but you're available for folks. And you know, I guess we should kind of highlight, just take you up on that resource that all the resources and people you have in your offices.
Absolutely. I think people, I'm tired of everybody saying we're the best kept secret because we're really not wanting to be a secret. We are here. That's exactly why Extension was created and founded, was to help people in our communities get their answers to questions that they have, concerns they have. Speaking of horticulture, that's why we have a horticulture educator. Jennifer Fishburne has 27 years of experience doing that this year, marks her 27th year. So that's pretty incredible. And so she's seen just about everything. And if she doesn't know the solution, we have obviously a network across the state, as well as specialists on campus who do nothing but research various issues on plants, and a network across the entire country of all of our land grant universities. So we are right there in your community. We're a phone call away, we're an office visit away, we're email away from helping connect you to the information you need.
Fantastic. So check that out, extension.illinois.edu, and you can probably just Google your local office at the same time. So excellent.
Absolutely.
Yep, very good, Terry. By the way, anything else on that invasive species program we didn't talk about?
So if you've done the hour-long one and now you want the power course, there is an entire symposium, and this is actually, I think, like the 9th year they've done it, or 10th year. It's 10th year of the Illinois Invasive Species Symposium, and this is an all-day event, and it is on May 28th. It's from 9:30 till 3:30 p.m., and it's at the Champaign County Extension Office. There is a $20 fee to participate, but again, it is like, this is for the power users wanting to know everything about invasive species. It's good for professionals, landowners, students, managers, foresters, and anyone who wants to really deep dive into the issues of invasive species. This is the seminar for you. For sure.
Yeah, very good. So it sounds like a lot of good information in all of those that you're talking about there. So.
Oh yeah, management recommendations. They're going to have success stories, because sometimes we feel like you said earlier, Seth, it's never ending. We could never get rid of the honeysuckle. Well, they're going to have folks talk about what they've done to successfully, remove those and keep them out. Also, ways that you can reestablish and restore the environment so that they're not so, open and available to these invasive species. How we can bring back those native species. There's a Q&A panel discussion. I think sometimes those are the best things about these seminars, is getting to talk to those different experts in their field, and get the advice that you need. There's all kinds of emerging, unfortunately, new invasive species we're dealing with. So they're going to run those over as well and talk about what's going on. So a great opportunity to really learn a lot about invasive species.
Very good. Very good. So, Terri, let's quickly wrap up with, I've got about 2 minutes with you here. Tell me about pumpkin pests.
Yes. So pretty soon we're going to be putting our gardens out as the weather has changed, and we're going to plant our squashes and our pumpkins. And if you're like me, they look great. They're looking good. You're getting blooms, and then all of a sudden there's these bugs on them and they die. Or you come out the next day and they're just wilted. And you're like, what happened to my beautiful squash and pumpkin? Well, attend the May 20th seminar and you will learn about squash and pumpkin pest. Again, that's May 20th. It's from 1:30 to 2:30. It's free. It's an online seminar. You can register online, and everything we said earlier about that time doesn't work. Go ahead and register so you can get that information, and you won't be disappointed like me.
Pumpkins. It's becoming, it feels like, increasingly popular to just grow your own. Like the pumpkin patch is a great time for the family and all of that. But I think a lot of people are just taking up just growing their own pumpkins anymore.
Oh yeah, it's fun. We always did it with the kids and managed to have a few survive. And then squash. And we had enough to survive for our front porch, right?
Oh my God.
But yeah, Illinois is the #1 grower of pumpkins. I think people don't realize that. We're like capital, to the pumpkin world. So I think it's really fun to do it. People think yes, they do. Vine out, you do need some space, but you don't need a tremendous amount of space to have 1 or 2 pumpkins, or squash for that matter. And it's really fun. I enjoy doing it with the kids.
Very good. Well, Terri, where do folks go for this program and all the others we've talked about here today?
Again, you can visit our website, extension.illinois.edu/LMS. Go to the events tab and you'll see all the different programs we've got going on besides just the ones we talked about. And of course, you can always call our office. Our Logan office is 217-732-8289.
Terri Miller-Casey, Extension Director, U of I Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties on the Zoom with us. Network News is now.